Hello everyone, it's Maria here from pepperlyrose.blogspot.com. Thank you so much for joining me. Today I want to share with you a fun Easter project, and I'll be using today the Honeycomb Happiness, which is a free celebration stamp set. I'm sure you've seen a lot of projects with this, but today I'm going to feature this little chick. This is such a cute set and it's free, guys. So for every $90 you spend during celebration, you get one free item. So for $90 you get one item, for $200 you get two free celebration items, so it's really good value. So you get more bang for your buck during this time of celebration, and it goes up until the 31st of March. So guys, if you don't have a demonstrator and you're based in Sydney, Australia, or in Australia generally, and you would like to get this stamp set, I would sure like to have this opportunity to earn your business. So grab it whilst you can, guys, because it's only till the 31st of March and then it's gone for good. So we're featuring that one today. We're going to feature the gorgeous work of art stamp set, which is in the annual catalogue, and I'm going to be featuring this little dot there. And I'm also going to feature this Crazy About You stamp set. I got this in the photo polymer, but it's got all these gorgeous it's got a nice font and it's got lots of words on it, so you can use it for multiple occasions. So this is a fantastic set as well. And we're also featuring today the Stampin' Up! XL Bigs Die, the Hamburger Box. And I'll show you a trick to how to put this together, and I learnt this trick from another demonstrator, so I will pass it on to you as well, so you can get a renewed love for this die, which is fantastic. Alrighty, so today I'm going to start off with, I've already cut the Bigs die and the Hamburger Box, and if you've noticed here, there's some score lines which the die cuts for you. Now, the way Stampin' Up! Recommends that you put this die together is you fold them with glue dots and what have you, but it doesn't give you a nice finish. So I'm going to show you a trick on how to get a beautiful, crisp image that is fantastic. You will just it will blow you away as to how easy it is and how much better it looks put together. So what I'll do now is I'm going to stamp this the polka dot bit. I call it a polka dot, but it's a nice watercoloured dot, so it looks like that. I'm going to stamp that all over the top of this. So just hold on 1 second. I'll just grab a piece of paper, scratch paper, to put underneath. And yeah, sorry about that. As I said, I always forget something, which is pathetic. So I'll pop this over the top there, and I'll grab this is Blushing Bride, by the way. So I'll just grab my Blushing Bride ink and we'll quickly stamp all over it. So you'll see this project from start to finish, okay? So I'll stamp there, there, just go all over. And Easter's coming up, so wowzers. Where has the time gone? I can't believe how quickly this year has absolutely flown by. Unbelievable. So anyway, we're just going to stamp randomly all over the top of the box. Sorry about this. Thought, you know, it's a good idea to see it start to finish. Just fill it up as you wish. Shouldn't take long. You get into a rhythm. It's good stuff. Just love the polka dot look, and it's just random, doesn't have to be anywhere specific, and you can arrange it any way you like and use whatever colours you like. So that's done with that. So I'll leave that to the side for a moment, and I'm going to bring in some watercolour paper, and I'm going to use some StazOn ink. And with StazOn ink, you've got to keep this little plastic cover, otherwise it will dry out. And I'm just going to ink up that little chick. Okay. And because we're using watercolour, it's a good idea to use the StazOn ink. So I think that's inked well. And I'll just pop this back on again. And I'm just going to stamp on, make sure I've got it the right way around. Yep. Just stamp on here. Just give it a minute, press it down. Okay, that's stamped not too bad. And I'll just grab my 2.5-inch circle punch and I'm just going to punch that out. Actually, I might trim off a little bit off the bottom of this so I can get it up a little better into the image. That's better. Okay, and I'll just punch that out. It's quite thick, but these punches are fantastic with what they can punch through. They're quite tough. All right, so what I'll be grabbing now is my aqua painter, and we sell this at Stampin' Up, and basically it's got a water reservoir and it's a paintbrush, so you can do all your watercolouring without the mess and the hassle of having a little pot and it spills everywhere. It's all enclosed in this one thing. And I'm just going to grab my Blushing Bride ink and I'm just going to press on the lid because I just want to get a pool of ink all around. I'm going to make this chick a pink, Blushing Bride pink chick. I've seen pink around and I absolutely love them for chicks. I think they look really cute. And so now we're going to start watercolouring. And I'm just going to do it like this. Just blend it in. And I'll just grab a bit of tissue. No, I'm not going to do it in any special shading or anything like that. I'm just going to colour that image in pink. I absolutely adore this pink. I love Blushing Bride. It's just a beautiful pink. And just keep just colour in there. No special way, because it's watercolour, you can get away with it looking uneven or whatever. It actually adds to the charm when you do that. Just make that a little bit darker around. Yeah, a bit too much water there. Just a little bit darker there. Just around the nose. And just blend that in a little bit better. And just add a bit more colour and blend that through. And this watercolour paper is fantastic because it just takes up all that water without an issue. So, okay, we're done with the Blushing Bride. Just pop that away. And what I'm going to do next is colour the beak and the feet with Calypso Coral. So I'll just again do the same thing. I'm just pressing on the lid so I can get a pool of ink on that lid and it acts like a palette. See, there we go. There's the ink there on that palette. And just going to grab some ink there and very carefully colour the nose. Oh, kind of bled out. Oh dear. I'll see if I can pick it up with a tissue. Oh dear, I think it's made it worse. I'll try and pull away the ink, the colour away. Bit too much water there. Okay. And now I'll just do the feet. I'm not that great at watercolouring, I have to admit, but I'm giving it a go. I really like the look of watercolour, I have to say. Makes it look a lot like you went to a lot of trouble to do this, and it just looks lovely. I like that handmade watercolour look touch to it. And if it goes out of the lines, that's okay. Now I'll try and get rid of the colour there. Just do a little bit more. Okay. What I might try and do now is just grab some Blushing Bride again, just to go around the beak. I don't want it to be, let's just do it again. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Try and blend that through if I can. Try and blend that away as much as you can, because that was a big mistake on my part. I had too much water on the nib, the brush tip, sorry, not the nib. I'm just trying to blend that away. Just add a bit more Blushing Bride. Okay, that'll do for now. So I'll just leave that to the side and let that dry. And what I'm going to do next is just bring in some more watercolor paper, and I'm going to stamp Happy Easter using the Crazy About You stamp set. And I've already mounted this on a block, and I'm just going to use some soft suede on this one. So just ink that up really well. And if there's any ink on your block, just wipe it away, so that you don't get that all over your project, or to ruin, you know, anything there. Just grab that, make sure it's inked well. Do that again. And I'll stamp that on the watercolor paper. And that looks great. And I'm now going to use my washi label punch. Love this punch. And it only just makes it through. Actually, you know what I might do? I might not use this punch in the end. I'm just going to hand cut it. Okay, so I'll leave that now, for now. And I'll just leave that to the side. Okay, now the trick that I wanted to show you, I'll bring back this Hamburger Box. The trick I wanted to show you with this box is this. Where these score lines are, I'm not sure if you can see that, I'm going to cut into one end. So that means that when we fold it up, it will give you a nice clean fold. So what I'll do is I'll grab my paper snips, and I'll do this now in front of you here. So I'm just going to cut here, like that. So that's all you have to do, just one little cut. So I'm going to do it towards, you can pick any side, but I'm doing it towards this flap here. So do the same on the other side. Cut along that score line. And again, I'll do it here. Cut along that score line. And again on this side too. And you don't need to cut into there. And just here. I'll do it again here. Okay, so now what we need to do is to start folding along those score lines. So just grab that there and bring your bone folder and fold that in. Just take away this piece of paper, I don't think we'll need that now. And do the same on this side. Jen Arkfeld is the clever person that came up with cutting these little score lines there that they look like they're 3 score lines. It's just so much easier to assemble it. You just have to put glue in those areas, and rather than fiddling around with glue dots and what have you, this makes it tons easier. So I'm just folding along there, and again we'll fold those score lines here too. Turn it over, do the same on this side. Yep, do that so it looks easy. Then we'll fold along here too, and fold. There's lots of folding on this one, but it's well worth it. It's just such a cool little box, and because of its size too, it can fit quite a bit in there too, so it's perfect for Easter. So I couldn't help myself. I love this Hamburger Box, and because I've learnt that trick from that clever demonstrator in the US, Jen Arkfeld, I have now really enjoyed using this box and without any problems. Okay, so you can score along these lines as well. Oh, make sure you do it properly. Where is it now? Make sure. And make sure there as well. Just fold that in. Okay, so it goes like that. Alright, so what I'll do now is I will grab my glue and we'll start putting the box together. So we'll just glue those flaps. And the other flap. And we'll just start putting it up. Building the walls, so you just build it up like that. And like that. And as you can see already, look how clean it is. It's just got a beautiful clean line. Just love it. I will link to that video from Jen Arkfeld for you in the description box. And I think it's a fantastic, neat trick because it just makes this putting this together that much easier. I just absolutely love that trick. Thought, what a clever lady. Okay, so just put glue here and there. And we'll build up those walls again. See how clean that is? Amazing. Oh, what a clever, clever lady. And I'll put it again here. There we go. See, look how clean that box looks already. Give that a bit of a press down some more. That's the thing with liquid glue, is that it has a bit of time to dry, but you have a beautiful strong hold with your glue. You can use Tombow for this. Okay, alrighty. Now, just fold these score lines down, and then we're going to add some glue onto that as well. So that's the lid part. So this is the bottom part, okay? And look how clean that is. Just beautiful, just beautiful. Okay, now we're going to apply some glue onto those flaps there and there. And these go towards the lid, okay? So it's like that. And I'll do that same on this side too. I'll just hold it together for a couple of seconds, just a few seconds. Make sure it's lined up straight. Okay, whoops. And keep holding it just for a few seconds. Sorry, because it's liquid glue, it just takes a little while longer. But I'll tell you what, it is well worth it. Keep holding it there. Just hold it there for a few seconds, and this part here will go in there as well, and then it'll stick out. So we'll put glue here too. Just put glue there, and put glue there, and then we'll stick that lid together, and then you'll have these bits sticking out. Oops, I think I didn't score that properly. That's better. And make sure there. And hold it down. Just for a couple of seconds. Sorry about this, guys, but it won't be long. Okay, so we can put it together. It goes together like this. Now, as you can see here, there's like, I'm not sure if you can see that. Let's see. Yeah, over there. I'm going to put my scissors through just to open that hole up a little bit more. Just to open up a little bit more, just to make it easier to push push these little ends through to close the box. Okay. Okay, so I think that's done. So check it out, guys. How well is this put together, and nice and straight. Look at that. Clean, beautiful lines, gorgeously put together. So now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to stick these little bits here through the top there. And that was the bottom part, and this is the top part. Okay, so I'll just stick this through there. Because we put the scissors through, it makes it easier now for you to close up your hamburger box. So that's your hamburger box all closed up. Isn't that great? Look at that. Amazing. So we'll leave the box to one side for a moment, and we're going to bring back the chick, the watercolor chick. What we're going to do is I'm going to put a, let's see now. I am going to put a doily over the top, but I think it's a little too big. So I was thinking, oh, a doily will look cute, but I don't know if I like it because it's just so big. So what we'll do is we'll just stick with the chick over the top. I'll just put it up the top there, and I'll let it dry a little bit more. And what I'll do now is I'll just cut out some flowers, and this is from the Itty Bitty Bunch Pack, and it's the flower. Okay, so I'll cut out a few little flowers. I'll cut about 3 flowers. Yeah. Okay. And what I might do actually is, rather than having this on a circle, and I find that it is a bit big, I'm just going to fussy cut a Okay, I'm back. Sorry for that interruption. I just had to work out a couple of things before I wasted your time and went on and on and on. So what I decided to do instead was, initially I had a circle, but it was too big. So I then decided that I will instead just cut a small piece of watercolor paper. I really like the look of watercolor paper, and it's nice and strong. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to glue that down onto the hamburger box with just some liquid glue. You can use your Tombow, and I'm going to put it a little bit to the side here. Okay, and I fussy cut out the chick earlier, and so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to stick that on top here as well with the glue. So I'll just quickly add glue, and I'll stick that down now to the watercolor paper there, so it's framed nicely. It's amazing when you have something in your head and then you try and translate it on paper, it doesn't work out. But I regrouped myself, and I found a nice solution to this problem for me. So rather than waste your time, so we're going to do it like that. I'm not going to feature the doily. I found that was a bit too big and covered the whole box, so that doesn't, you know, fit the purpose there. So anyway, we'll stick that down. So that looks cute. All right, and with the Happy Easter I had earlier, I was going to use the washi label, but because of the way I had spaced the Happy Easter, it was too long for the washi label. So what I've done instead is I hand cut the Happy Easter using the Crazy For You stamp set, which is this one over here. And I've just instead, now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to stick them like this onto the box, and I don't mind that it sticks out a little bit there. So I'll just grab my glue again, and I'll stick them down. So I'll do Happy Easter one there, and I'll give that a couple of minutes. I think because it's watercolor paper, it kind of, you need to hold it down for a couple more seconds, and then I'll get the Happy, and I'll stick that above there, and I'll do it just in a bit of an angle, so it adds a bit of interest. And if you remember earlier, I had cut out 3 of those little flowers from the Itty Bitty Punch Pack. So I'll just glue them on just near here, one there. And I've just, what I did was I just pulled them up like that. So it gives them a little bit of height. And I'll do the same on this one down here. Oops. I'll do that there. Just stick them up a little bit better. And I like the look of the watercolour paper. It just adds a nice little texture. I'm not sure if you can see that. Okay, so I'll just add one there. And that there too. I don't mind that it overlaps a little bit and covers a bit of the foot. That's fine with me. I'll just lift this up a little bit more. And yeah, we have it. Okay, just hold them down for a second or two there just to make sure that it really adheres down well. Okay, and now I'm just going to grab some pearls, some Stampin' Up! Pearls. Forgot where my opening was. And I'll just grab my paper piercer and I'll just put 3 little pearls in the middle of those flowers. One there in the middle. Well, that's a bit off, isn't it? Again. It's always on camera. Ah. And one more. And I'll just grab that there and put it there. Just fluff up those flowers a little bit more, just give them a bit more dimension. Put my paper piercer down, I'll just... Okay. And there it is. A cute little Easter hamburger box. Isn't that gorgeous? I love it. It's so cute. And in fact, I think in the end, I think it worked out even better. And it looks so cute. And that's the box. So when you undo it, it actually can fit quite a few things in there. So I'll undo the box very quickly there for you. So you can see it can fit quite a few things in there and makes a gorgeous little Easter gift. Okay? So I hope you've enjoyed this project. And if you have any questions, please let me know. And if you'd like to purchase, please visit my online store at pepperlyrose.stampinup.net. And I'll be happy to answer any of your questions. If you want me to do any projects for you, let me know what you'd like me to feature on my videos, and I'm happy to do it for you. Okay, guys, and also if you're purchasing through me and you don't have a demonstrator, I would really appreciate your business. Thanks so much, and I'll see you again next time. Bye.